I just saw that. I just saw like an invitation for a hangout.
Oh yeah, I just put one. I'm solo, so I don't already have a Hangout on air.
Mm-hmm.
But I was putting in a help request, and so I just created one. But I mean, if you want to go ahead and help me here, my
Well,
problem.
actually, I might hop out because I'm just gonna get some stuff ready in a bit,
All right,
and people are still on help desk for the next 15 minutes. If no one picks you up, though, I'll definitely hop back in, take a look.
all right, sounds good.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
So I have this query. It's like a query object that I'm making to select items from parse. So I make an object out of it
Okay.
and stringify it, right? And then use a Ajax GET
Okay.
request to actually get the to send the request. But for some reason, this one keeps getting escapes. It shows like backflashes inside of it when it's turned into a string. Let me share. Um,
Okay.
Screen one small. Okay, can you see
Oh,
that?
okay. So, got it.
All right,
Yeah, I can see it.
so the relevant code is here. Um, these console.logs are just those are just to show me what the
Oh,
output
okay.
is. So you'll be able to see that once we get over there.
hmm
Um, so this is the object for inquiry, um,
Okay.
and it's just a username key. Then that points to an object. This all is because I want all of the name to equal to be what's username is here. I think that's how it goes. Um, so this is sent over
Oh,
to another object that I have, which is called P here,
okay.
but it handles all the Ajax stuff. Okay. Um,
Okay.
do you need me to slow down or anything, or you want me to
Um,
pause?
one thing I'm curious about when you were
Mhm.
talking about that username object, you said that all is an object where each property is a username. How does what is that format? I'm not totally sure with that dollar sign all. What you're?
Okay. Um, this is a syntax from parse itself,
Oh, okay.
and I'll
Oh, that's
show
fine.
you. If you look at this, like we have greater than or equal to here,
Oh,
um,
that's okay.
and then
Yeah.
less than. So it's basic. It's that. Um, it's that. So
Oh, okay.
the now both. All right. So that object gets sent to P filter or the filter, which just stringifies it here, and then
Okay.
returns that plus this question mark where for the actual query part.
hmm
Um, and the actual Ajax request is here. So you see it calls the filter function and it adds that string onto the
That's
end of the URL.
oh, okay.
Um,
This has this method of doing your queries been working so far until you added this friend attribute, or
yes, yes,
oh, okay.
that's exactly it. Because I have this other filter since this is like a default sort of filter um,
hmm
that created. So this one gets messages that were created before a certain after a certain time, but before another time. It's
Okay.
basically the same format here. You can see the filter object. Um,
hmm
same format. It's and object. This is what we're filtering on. And we have the greater than, which is another little thing for the filtering, and the less than. Now this one isn't escaped at all, and now I'll show you the output here. Can you see the console down here?
Yeah, I can see it.
So this is the result from the created at filter that I just showed you. So no escaping goes on there, but if I click on like a name, I should have it. Failure, but as you can see now, it escapes the username there. Oh, that's going.
Okay. Is
The username escapes everything.
Okay, so you have your query object for created at already. Are you doing a separate get request to parse with this friend attribute? Is that how you're sending it out?
No, it's the same exact function that's processing both the friend object and the created at object.
Oh, okay. But it's still like it's the same function, but there's still like one get request that's asking for. Is it the case that one of those invocations adds on the friend object and is asking for friends, and another invocation is asking about, say, created at, or like, are the friends and created at being sent in the same request?
The friends and their created at are like an object from a query class. I guess is the best way I can put that. They're both just their own little objects. That aren't really like tied to anything. You know, they were created right before they got sent to the filter, which is the JSON stringify on it. I can hop back over here for you.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's look at so I guess an interesting question is if the format seems largely similar, some things obviously going on that's a little bit different. Some things are breaking down. So like, let's see. What is so do you have any like inclinations about what could be the differentiating factor? What could be bringing this down?
Well, I have one thing where I have like a messages class that escapes everything that goes through it, but this function doesn't go through it at all, which I guess I'm not sure. Let's see here. There's pretty much.
Is the message?
Yeah, let me. I'm gonna grab this and we're gonna line it up next to the other thing. So right here, I'm just gonna put it in comments so that we can have them side by side. So, well, there's the add messages. Well, that add messages doesn't occur until after we already get our response from the server. So that's the callback. So that's what we do after our request.
Okay.
As you can see, this is the filter object. This is the friend object. They're very similar in
yeah, they're just like JSON.
Yeah. And we're getting called way up here. So get messages. I mean, as far as I can tell, there's literally no real difference until it gets down to Well, actually, when I console.log the query up here, you can see
Oh, okay.
the
So
escapes
this is
already.
where. Okay, so when you console.log it, it looks extraordinarily different just because you said there's all those escape characters there for spaces and for other things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, let's see. So if this URL is clearly getting warped in a way that looks way different than the other one,
Hmm.
then yeah, that definitely could be breaking things. The parse API is going to be expecting an input of a very certain format, so it's not going to want to deal with all those weird escape characters.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back up and maybe let's look at both of those objects again. Let's kind of think about.
Well, I wonder
Oh,
if it has something. These are both of them here. Has something to do with how JSON.stringify is interpreting the objects. I mean, technically, like username may be a variable somewhere else within the script. Um, even here, username may be a variable
yeah,
somewhere else in the script.
that could be. Well, the first key in the friend query object, it
Mhm.
that by itself would just turn into a string because all keys and objects are stringified by default. But that is a good. It's possible that username under all could be grabbing a variable value somehow. That is something that I could see. I could see that being a thing that could occur. Uh,
Okay. Let me So I made this UN up here to because that's a closure scope username, and the friends is the closure scope. Maybe if I change it to that, help out, or maybe that's something to do with this. Now this method is wrapped inside of a closure, just so you know.
oh, okay.
So it gets returned by an object down here. Um,
Okay.
Wait, you know what? Let me.
Oh, do you
I
think
springified
you
it
think you found
here, and then
something
I
or?
saw the same. I still saw the. I didn't see. Let me check that again. Yeah, yeah. We don't see the.
It looks okay. Like,
Yeah, it didn't actually change it. Because this is right before it goes into the app at filter. This where.
yeah, let's have it safe, but let's look at this.
And then look, this is right after it's returned from. Oh wait, 1 second there. Here is, where is this coming from? Line, is that 86? What's on 86? Oh, yeah, look at parse. So that's line 86 on parse. I'm on parse. This is line 86. Hold on. Why is it, why is it doing a console.log right there? Or did I not? Something's off on that.
Was that an error message there, or
No, but it's
or
doing a
or it says parse
console.log
JS86
message right there at
where
the
there's
time
no.
shift. Yeah, but I don't have one there. I'm wondering if I didn't save it after I moved that. Okay, yeah, there it is. It's updated. to 95.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I was gonna say I wouldn't know how that happened. All right, so this
Yeah,
is interesting
hmm
because on line 995 I do console.log where clause and
hmm
it. Oh, I think I see the issue there.
Oh, nice. What do you think it is?
I think that I'm calling filter on the object twice, and
Oh, oh, that could definitely be the case. If you stringify an object twice, it gets all sorts of weird. Um,
yeah, I think that's here it is right here. Yeah, so I call p filter right there, and then I call it inside of the object. So move that off. Not sure why I would do that. And sometimes you just miss it
it's a
as you
little.
go, right?
Yeah, believe me, I've been there.
And it still failed for some reason, but all right. So, but it's actually oh, but it's not escaping it anymore, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's if it's looking good now, then that's at least one less bad thing to worry about.
Hmm, that's good. All requires an array, so that's an easy fix there. What I want to do,
Yeah, at this point it seems like it's just parse API stuff. So
yeah. Well, thanks for your help.
yeah, for sure.
I think that should do it.
Oh, one other thing. I thought I'd just tell you about it too. You're constructing your query strings really well, and it's pretty cool. But like, there's another thing that actually a feature in jQuery that can actually do that for you almost. Um,
Really?
you know yeah. Do you know how when you're doing a post request, you typically put all like the posts you're setting out inside a data attribute on JSON?
Let's jump over there and do you mean
Yeah.
like how I have it there?
Yeah. Actually, for the data attribute, you can use it on GET requests too. So, for example, if you wanted to, you could put all these key values of the API query stuff, like order, created at. You could put them all in a object on data, and it would do the same thing you're doing, building up the URL behind the scenes. Um, so like, it's pretty cool. That's just another thing you could use to have in your tool belt.
All right. So I should look at this data attribute here and read up on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. You can look it up on the jQuery docs. It's kind of like, I mean, it's doing a lot of the things you're doing, except like it's just a little bit less work on your part because you don't have to make sure that you have your, question marks all set up. But yeah, I mean, you're doing great with building up your stuff, but that's like another tool you can use too.
So a question on that then.
Yeah.
That data object, I mean the data attribute,
Mhm.
is that being like
Yeah.
appended onto the message then somehow?
I
Or
I believe so. My my guess is this information is just being I'm not sure exactly how it would happen The, I'm not sure how it would actually happen with like a big array. I think that that things like your messages are being stored somewhere else in the request because I've never seen a URL that's like a long expanded JSON string of like posts. But like I guess the data object's smart enough to like understand what kind of things to attach. Yeah, I can't say that I'm an expert on how it works behind the scenes, but I don't know. It's just something that I realized that like if you're doing queries, that's one possible way to do it. Like
I'll look into that as an option than just appending it onto the URL and then sending the URL.
Yeah.
And,
Actually, yeah.
I'm trying to see this because this is a very long string that I'm looking at here, and I'm wondering if I'm actually sending it twice or something. But I would expect to see this type 4 times, and I don't see it. I may have to read on it and see.
Yeah, I don't necessarily see any repeats just on my quick observation, but I mean I haven't been looking at it as long as you, so there might be some optimizations in that URL, but it's just kind of like a lot of stuff. You're asking it to do a couple of different queries, so. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's nice. It's great that you found that error. When I was doing my hackathon project, I definitely had to call one of my roommates over and have them give me a sanity check that I knew how to do Ajax. But I think I was double stringifying it too.
Yeah, I can't believe I did that. Sometimes you like I made this was like the first part of the entire project that I made, this object. So I guess along the way my intentions got lost to myself. So,
yeah.
So I forgot exactly.
That happened.
Yeah.
Sometimes you forget how your own code works, which is why you want to write it. Which is why you want to write good code, so that you can read it and figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably comment some more on it too. All right. That's all I have. Thank you very much. Very much.
Yeah, for sure.
Question.
Okay, see ya.
Well,
yeah, question. Go ahead.
Just a bit of feedback. Do you think it would be advisable to go this class parse is what's basically managing the Git and the Git post and the posts and all. Do you think it would be advisable to approach it that way in the future, or should I just settle for a simple jQuery Git or jQuery post, which I could just pop the URL in there and give it a callback on success?
Personally, well, I think I do like how modular your code is in attaching all objects that are relevant to talking to parse onto this parse object. It's a good way to organize your code because it's organized by a good common theme. But as far as the jQuery Ajax method versus using get, I kind of like using jQuery Ajax because I like having a more clear view of all the things I'm going to change. I feel like jQuery Ajax, when you're putting things in, it allows you can see every single attribute that you want to have. So I don't think it's just a style thing. As far as jQuery Ajax versus jQuery get, it probably doesn't matter too much.
Okay.
But I do like your general parse structure.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, as far as the Git and the post goes, that's what I was using before yesterday. I think I started this yesterday. So before then, but I really wanted to figure out how to use the Ajax since I've seen it before, and I felt kind of gimp not knowing how to work with that, but just work with the post. So
yeah, I feel like, especially since if you just use get, you just give it a URL, or if you use post, you'll just give it a URL and an object, and you won't really be thinking as much about how it's working.
Yeah.
So at least here you can you have a little bit of a better idea of maybe the structure of the thing you're sending out. So
it's less magic. That's what
yeah, a little bit less magic. And magic is good if you understand it well enough, but you don't want to. You don't want to. If magic's just going on unchecked, then it could lead to bad news down the line.
Yeah, I agree. Because I know before when just using get or post, I had no idea exactly how to manipulate, those handlers, the on success, on error, when it ends, all that stuff. So using Ajax, the Ajax method is a lot simpler for me. on well understanding where to put those and how to access them. Basically.
I think it's just more explicit too. It's just more clear about what it's doing, which is why I like it at least.
Yeah. All right, perfect. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah, best of luck tonight and also on Backbone tomorrow too.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Hopefully
Okay.
that goes well. We're doing Backbone tomorrow. Yep. Frameworks, MVC, and Backbone. Are we going to be reusing this?
My advice. We were using this later. I think sometime next week. But the next 2 sprints will be not related to chatting, I guess.
Okay.
So word for the wise though. Definitely take your time going into the Backbone sprint. It's you'll be walking into a big repo, so spending time to try to understand how things are flowing will definitely make things a lot more manageable.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, best of luck.
Later.
Mm-hmm.